Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Lewis here, Inner Sun. Nice to see you all. It's been a while. I've kind of been going through this and that, and my head's been here and there, and I've been kind of changing some big life things, changing directions, changing courses a little bit. So I'm glad to be back. Glad to be here with a good topic that comes to mind today. It's an important one. I feel like everybody to some degree has gone through this, maybe some more than others. It's kind of that whole dynamic being real and authentic versus being liked, being accepted, and so on. If this video ends up by reaching you in some way, please like it, subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow. So I appreciate you a ton for doing that. Now, even when it comes to making this video and uh, my YouTube channel, the Instagram, social media, I know we all see this all over social media all the time. People post the kind of content that's going to get some kind of positive feedback. They don't exactly post the hard times, the struggles. Not everybody, of course, some people do. People have recognized that certain traits and certain qualities are more acceptable and more liked and will gain them more praise by society and so on. So they kind of only want to shine those attributes. Now, that's great and all, that's dandy. There's positive aspects to that, of course, but there's some real negative aspects of that as well, too. Because what happens is it creates a kind of culture to where if you're kind of experiencing anything negative or having a hard day, or maybe your life doesn't look as shiny as other people's life on social media, or maybe you like something that the crowd doesn't like, then you must be crazy. You might not, you must be unworthy. You must be dumb, or you must, at least that's not true objectively. But, the mind can, because of social conditioning, make it mean that. So, gosh, it's almost like mental health. I've gone through my mental health struggles in life, and you're kind of from a young age only approved when you are feeling positive and happy, and you can be disapproved. Not everybody, of course, but in a lot of different groups, it can be that way. And you're disapproved and shamed for not feeling good, and oh, just suck it up. And so what people do is they end up by suppressing sides of themselves. They don't want to show those sides of themselves. They shame themselves for having that feeling, for liking this, for being that way. So what people do is something called enmeshment. It's even a concept in psychology. Enmeshment or enmeshment trauma is that they kind of only exude the kind of traits and qualities that will gain them acceptance by the family, the tribe, the friend circle, and so on. And they push away, suppress, abandon, deny any kind of aspects of themselves that don't get them that approval. Because if you want to understand the root of why people do that, humans need connection. And gosh, it's a need, almost like food and water. There's a rat experiment on this one. People feeling isolated can feel make you feel starved in certain ways. And so what people do, though, is abandon these qualities about themselves to get that connection. That's the kind of need that they're looking for when they do this. So it's kind of a roundabout way of getting that connection. But the thing that happens is, instead of getting abandoned by the crowd or excluded from the family or whatever, you end up by abandoning yourself, self-abandonment. You end up by shaming yourself. You end up by self-sabotaging. And now this can lead to a number of addictions or mental health issues or depression. It's kind of bad. I mean, not, I don't want to say bad. I mean, it can help you, it can make you go down a downward spiral. So, there's no really bad or good, but when it comes to these kind of things, it's all learning. It's a learning experience. Life takes you through cycles of pain and hardship and joy and all that stuff. So even making this video, I've done it a lot. I've like I said earlier, being on social media, I sometimes am trying to please the algorithm. What's gonna get the most likes and get the most subscribers, and what are people gonna jive with the most? Because it's true that a YouTube or Instagram algorithm is set up in a way that if you post a certain kind of likable content that data has shown that people like and put attention to, then the algorithm will push you to the top of people's search results more, because they make money through presenting advertisements and stuff like that. So the more advertisements they can put in people's face, the more money that they make. So what happens is the more likable content that you put out, the stuff that gets the most attention, they're going to put to the top of people's search results. So what happens in the space of social media is people do the same thing that they do in families and social groups, is they put out the content that's only going to get the most views and reach and please the algorithm gods, so to speak. So I am deciding to just post more, regardless of whether it's the most popular content. I was focusing with Melanie on yoga for a while there because it's popular and it's healthy, and it's a great passion of mine, yes, but keeping it in that niche of just yoga pleases the algorithm more. Kind of branching out a bit into different topics like this right now, talking about life and mental stuff, emotional stuff, may not be as niche in that same group of yoga, and it may not be as popular. But at the same time, what happens is it's keeping me from being authentic and posting what's on my mind more, because I can only post so much yoga and fitness stuff before I don't feel the inspiration all the time for that, because I have many types of aspects about myself that are that are dear to me and are important to me. So I am just making a commitment to myself now to be more authentic, and I've realized when I do this, I'm happier and I feel more okay with myself. I feel good about myself. It's something that I and many people, I went through this, self-abandonment thing for the longest time. I have beliefs about the world and perceptions about the world and life that aren't very popular, and that's made it so I don't have very many friends in life. I have a few really good ones, and I'm grateful for that. But uh, my wife and I live in a very peaceful, and I'm grateful for it, but a very quiet life. And I at the end of the day, though, I feel better about myself. I feel more at peace. I'm sober. I don't feel the need for external validation. I'm okay with my choices. I'm okay with my views. I've seen them work out for me. There's a great saying, I forgot who said it, but if you just follow the crowd in life, you'll get no further than the crowd. That's totally true. And there's another one by J. Krishnamurti that says, there's no measure of health. When I say health, I mean mental health, emotional health, physical health, and spiritual health. It's no measure of health to be adjusted to a profoundly sick society. So if I'm only going off of what's socially acceptable in life and what's going to give me acceptance, and I'm only being that way, then society is not exactly happy. Society's not in a very good place. We're going through crises in different forms. So gosh, I my message is to be authentic, but be real, real with yourself and others, and be okay disagreeing with others, because people are afraid of conflict too, and communication can be a challenge. Say here politics or something, or religion comes up, or diet choices. Being a personal trainer, gosh, people are very religious with their diet choices too, and dogmatic and pushy and stuff. So I am here to say that basically you can have conversations about opposing views and still get along and still be friends. You don't have to agree with somebody to get along with them. Think about that one for a second. You do not have to agree with somebody to build a bridge and get along with them and still make progress happen. This is a big problem throughout the world, actually, and politically. Uh, Gosh, if countries and politics and political parties and religions were able to still work together and meet common goals and confluence while still having opposing views, this world would be a better place. But something called the zero sum game exists, which is my way or no way. You know, cancel culture is huge these days. You know, if you don't agree with me on these views, then I'm just gonna block you out of my life and pretend you don't exist. But that's not real. That's not realistic because we still share the same roads, the same air, same water. You know, we're all made of the same stuff. So separation is worldwide illness, division, social division. The way that we come back to unity, I know that sounds corny and whatever, but I mean, I believe that unity is the ultimate higher reality past this earth. So uh, working towards that with your actions, your words, your perceptions in life will free you in many ways. But there's always the resistance of the ego. It's the part of your mind that thinks it knows it all, that's so identified with their beliefs, that's so strongly attached to the way it wants to view the world. But gosh, keeping your mind closed will promote atrophy in the brain. Keep your mind open to new experiences, new views, and you don't have to agree with everybody, like I said, but just be understanding. In Buddhism, they talk about finding compassion and empathy through understanding just others' perspectives. Like, okay, I don't agree with them, but it makes sense why they see things that way. Okay, they came from a different family that raised them a different way, that had different norms. So it's understandable why they feel that way. So my anger can now be toned down a bit because anger is just a surface emotion. And underneath anger is fear of the unknown, the unknown of what other people went through in life, why they came to those kind of conclusions in life. So that's just trying to understand why people get so resistant to building a bridge with people with different views, I guess you could say. So coming back to the main point of this video, authenticity. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Do not suppress yourself. Don't play small in life. Shine. Be a lighthouse. Be compassionate to others' views too. Realize that not everybody's going to see things the way that you do, and that's okay. Realize that you don't need other people's validation and approval for being the way that you are. You can do that for yourself, approve of yourself. I write in my journal and I meditate every single day because that's where I get back in touch with myself, my values, my truths, and so on. I appreciate y'all for listening. I hope you have a super weekend, a blessed weekend. It's a beautiful summer day. So, I mean, be yourself, be your weird, uh, freakish embodiment of whoever you want to be, and let others be the way that they need to be in order to remain in that authenticity. So take care, everybody. Be well. Please like and subscribe if this video has helped you in any way or if you appreciated it. Take care, everybody. Peace.